Hey guys, and welcome back to Okami. We have crossed the cursed Shinshu field and made it to Hana Valley, where I believe we'll find the drunken swordsmaster? Question mark?
I think we will, considering, the nameless man said that he'd kind of come this way and was looking all kind of hot and bothered.
Okay.
So, I'm sure we'll run into him at some point. It's a pretty straight path, all things considered.
Is there ever a moment in time and eternity where Susanoo is not, like, fucking shit-faced, rat-arsed, etc.?
Probably, but, to be fair, most of the time he is pretty much well and truly trolleyed, gazeboed, etc.
Gazeboed. Don't try drinking the cursed water, though. Don't add it to your ale. It will do damage to you over the long run, even if it is very tasty.
Yeah, it's just not pleasant. And, yes, we have more imps. We're just interrupting their little party because, we're a god and technically we're a little bit of an asshole.
Yeah, we're the bad guys here, not the ones, like, destroying innocent people in springs.
This is true, but also, speaking of assholes, you may or may not notice that Armies is lovingly rendered on her model.
I didn't need to know that. It's just like that one. I hope it's a shitpost. I think it's Advanced 3 where it's Sonic and Tails running, and Tails is a tiny little butthole.
No, that one's not okay. This, I feel, is fine because Army is sort of technically an anatomically correct wolf. Sort of.
Well,
so
that's what the T rating is for, I suppose. Beautiful what? Rejuvenation denied?
Yeah, rejuvenation denied because the curse is pretty strong here. Obviously, when we were in Kamiki Village, we had the strength of the Konohana tree, whereas here, strength doesn't stretch that far.
That's Hello? A cursed tree?
Yes, and we can't really do much with it right now, but if we hit its fruit back at it, we can temporarily stun it, which is really nice.
We need to cut off the curse at its source, I believe, so I guess it's running time for the, time being.
Pretty much, yes. Now, whilst we're here, do you want a little bit of info on Hana Valley?
Well, I would say no, but you're going to give it to me anyway, so go on.
Well, of course. Hana Valley's Japanese name is Hanasaki Dani.
Okay.
Which basically means Flower Bloom Valley.
Aww.
Essentially, I believe it's the Hana bit is flower, which is going to prove quite useful to us in the long run, because obviously there's a certain move that I have been desperately trying to use. And finally, we are going to be gaining that ability.
Nice.
You see, I knew it came up early on in the game, but I completely forgot when I actually ended up getting it.
Oh, well, it's fine, mate, it's fine. Tell us about this new imp we're encountering here.
Yeah, so this is the yellow imp, which is easily my least favourite of the imp enemies because it's just really bulky, and when it's in the ground you can't actually properly necessarily hurt it.
Well, it's one of those enemies, okay.
Yeah, and it'll do shockwaves, and yeah, it's unpleasant in the long run. But it's fine because a good power slash? Power slash.
That's power plus power slash, thank you very much.
It's just, that's where all my brain is going right now, is I'm looking forward to Bloom. I just want Bloom.
Ah, you bloomed years ago, mate. You're a healthy young woman. Were you really, hoping to move this boulder on your own? Also, are you dense? Are you... Yeah, oh god, there's the butthole. I can't focus on anything else now. Couldn't he really not see us, fighting back there? I guess not. He's a man focused on his mission.
Although he's trying to find his training place to hide. You see, Susanoo, for all of his bluster, is an absolute coward.
Yeah, not like his ancestor at all, really.
Indeed. Certainly not if the stories are true.
Yeah.
there's this mural here, and something's missing from this picture. Can you see what it is?
It's the sun.
Of course it's the sun, and to be fair,
Yo.
it's one of the only powers that we have right now, so,
Of course, yeah.
so it makes sense. And that is going to move this boulder out of the way.
So could Cisano's, and I'm sorry I keep going back and forth between the two pronunciations, I am a common English pleb. Does he or his ancestor have the ability to do that in some shape or form? Because I can't imagine them going to and fro a secret hideout without it.
Well, my suspicion is that, well, it seems that the curse that has been put on this place put that boulder there.
Huh, one arbitrary kind of roadblock thing.
Yeah, and it was only once we kind of managed to clear it of the imps and put the sun there that things came back into the fort.
Okay.
But yes, there's a little sapling here, which is really cute, but there's naff we can do about it. So we're just going to have to break through here, and this is... So, Power Slash, for the most part, works, but there are times where you think you've drawn a straight line, and you probably have.
Yeah.
But the game just won't accept it as a straight line and will just fail. And also, Susano is going to try and kill a bear.
Okay. Good luck to you, mate. I'll give you a good reference in your obituary. Oh, it's kind of cute.
I know, he's adorable, and if you look at him, you may recognise a little bit of an element about him. Is there any Studio Ghibli characters that this sleepy bear reminds you of?
Not a reference to Totoro, is it?
I believe it is indeed a reference to Totoro, because if you look at the leaf that's on his head, it very much replicates the leaf that you will often see in relation to Totoro.
Ah, okay. I'm looking forward to watching that, because I'm going to be honest, I'm a Studio Ghibli/Ghibli pleb, and yeah, Spirited Away is probably like the only one I've watched besides Porco Rosso.
Well, don't worry, we will get you up to speed quite quickly.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Spirited Away is easily one of the best in the collection. I would also vouch very strongly for Howl's Moving Castle, because I love that film. It's probably my favourite of the bunch.
I've seen about 3/4 of that when I was watching it with someone, then we just kind of got like sidetracked and didn't finish it.
Love that one. Tale of Princess Kaguya is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beyond amazingly gorgeous. Got quite a strong fondness for Whisper of the Heart and The Cat Returns. Did actually really quite enjoy When Marnie Was There, which is the last film in the collection.
Oh, Susano, what are you like? And the bear's just gone back to sleep.
Yeah, that bear just ain't gonna wake up. But now we get one of the easily worst bits of Okami.
Oh, goody.
Ball pushing physics.
Jesus. I thought I left this behind in Dusty Desert, but nay, it continues.
It continues, and it is awful. It wouldn't be too bad if, say, Army locked onto the ball, but you don't. So you sort of, you kind of nudge it and it sort of does its own thing, which is okay when you're on flat surfaces. The second you start having to go up slopes,
Oh boy.
this just becomes a nightmare. And at the minute, this isn't too horrendous because this ball is quite large. And to be fair, they would be major assholes if they got it so that this was one of the most difficult things to do. But already, look.
I'm just gonna laugh at your misfortune, honestly.
Yeah, do, because it's all I could do, otherwise I would have cried.
Oh, well, at least they put a little bit of a funnel there, you know?
Thankfully, the rest of the ball pushing that we will have to do in the game, or at least some of it, is optional. So, I mean, the worst bits are optional, but that's... I can deal with that. But now this magic sphere's in, how about we draw a sun? See what happens.
Wake up, little tree. Become a big tree.
the little sapling becomes a proper guardian sapling. And hopefully this will allow us to see a new constellation. And there it is, thank God. So this is what I have been waiting for so long. So long.
Let's see this ship. I can actually make out what that was, so instead of guessing, let's just wait to see what it is.
Well, this is Sakigami. He was a monkey.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you just hold on to see where Sakigami where he goes. But he is playing a sho, which is a Japanese instrument. Basically, it's a free reed musical instrument that was introduced from China during the Nara period, so AD 710 to 793. And he's going to give us the bloom technique.
Oh, take it into your body, I mean, right up your animated jacksie.
Yeah, just so happy. Now, with Sakigami, his name originates from Saku, and Saku means to bloom, so he is the god of blooming, or the bloom god.
Oh, does that have any connection to Sakura then?
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
Time for a bit of divine intervention.
Mwah, beautiful. Look at that shit.
Ah!
Be free, Fally. You are no longer cursed.
It's just so beautiful.
See what you mean about these being some of the most gorgeous, at least directed, cutscenes in gaming.
Yeah, it's just stunning. The only thing that annoys me is that because this is the Wii version, there's that constant skip button in the top right. And it's just like, no!
Why would I want to skip this?
I just want the nice, beautiful visuals, please. I don't want you sticking your oar in. And also, I would have slightly well, in this version at least, I would have preferred it if they'd managed to remove the paper filter.
Yes, we've been over this, Richard.
But we have been over this already. Now that we have the ability to use bloom, how about we try our new skills out on the tree that was in Shinshu Field, eh?
Why not, mate? Why not? Maybe we'll get another cutscene.
Indeed. Just so much beauty. And also, basically we're just going to be running through Hana Valley, lovely and restored, although there are still imps hanging about, the assholes. But now that we have the ability to use bloom, we can now bloom trees, make them all pretty. Blooming trees will ultimately give you more praise. Basically, most of the things you do in this game will net you praise in the long run.
Well, it makes more sense, you know, prettying up the environment than feeding birds, you know?
Well, the thing is that with feeding the animals, it's the animals giving you their praise, because obviously we are a god to all.
I'm not saying I don't want the praise from the animals. I'm just saying the praise for planting trees and whatnot should be greater and thus more important to us.
Well, yes, but the thing is with blooming the trees, it's the trees that are giving us the praise, because the plant life is praising us as well.
Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot that plants are technically alive.
Yes. And, oh no, I was wrong, we do have the floor finisher for the yellow imp. It's just that I failed to pull it off, and it's just not worth it, because it's just like, come on! Give me some good stuff to work with.
Oh, beautiful. Is that a warthog?
I believe it's a boar.
Okay, there is a distinction between the two.
So, I believe they feed on seeds, I think?
I'm not sure. Are boars like herbivores? Are they omnivores? What's going on?
Yeah, you see, this is the point I'm just like, I can't remember what type of food they feed on. The thing is that the game won't let you feed the wrong type of feed to the wrong animal.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
So, you're never going to waste them, it'll just go, if you get it wrong. So, it's all fine. And, oh, they're so happy. It's so cute.
That's usually me after a meal, so it's all good. I give thanks to the great Dorito god.
So now that we have the ability to use Bloom, all we need to do is Power Slash and Bloom away, and these cursed trees will be beautiful again.
Oh, what type of fruit is growing on those trees?
Looks like apple, but it might not be. Might be plum or something. And remember that for later. That little shrine. It will prove to be important.
I've already forgotten it.
This is a different type of bloom than what we use most of the time. Basically, you need to scribble in the area rather than just doing the standard circle.
Ah, okay.
So, we're basically just continuing to heal things. And this talks about Green Sprout. Green Sprout is a collective of techniques,
Okay.
of which Bloom is but one. If you think about Sakigami, then you will potentially see where they're going with the whole monkey thing. But also, this is teaching you about something else that you can do, is you can plant trees. They're not going to stay around at all, but if you just plop little dots in the ground, trees will sprout. It's a good technique for messing with enemies, but it's not one that I ever actually use because it just doesn't really serve much of a purpose. I'd rather spend my time actually fighting the damn things and power slashing them.
So is there a reason these trees did not get purified along with the rest of the place?
My suspicion is because they're still cursed, but it's never really explained. But to be fair, it doesn't really matter.
I guess it's acting as a reverse tutorial area now when you're going back through the area.
Exactly. Now what I'm doing here is I'm going, right, there's a thing I still need to collect that's over here, and it's just up here. And we see a green sparkle if we dig it up. It's a clover!
Oh. 10,000 praise points!
So this is another one of the collectibles that you can find throughout the game. Obviously it just falls into giving you praise, but there are a whole bunch of clovers littered throughout the world. Obviously because the game was developed by Clover Studios.
Yes,
this was
yes, I got that, Richie. Too bad planting all of these lucky things didn't ensure the continued employment of all Clover Studios employees, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, to be fair, I think most of them decided to leave because they were just like, you're going to close us anyway, so...
Just had enough of being under Capcom's thumb, really.
Yeah, I think because there was the whole thing of just they weren't getting... Well, they were getting the creative freedom, but I think as the games weren't selling, there was the ever-present hand of management going, you need to do things this way to sell, otherwise it's over. And obviously they liked their creative freedom. And that's why they went on to create Platinum Games.
Well, you know, they did create some great games while they were still Clover Studios, as we discussed, you know, Beautiful Joe, this...
God Hand.
Like God Hand, yeah. I should play that, but I fear getting my ass kicked and being told to get good.
To be fair, I have that fear as well. But it's okay, because there are plenty of games that you need to get good with that I'm never going to play, i.e. Dark Souls.
Yeah, and, you know, it's fine if you don't want to get good. You can just play a game as you want. Let everyone have their own individual opinions. I had a point when I started this sentence. I've already forgotten it, so let's just awkwardly move on.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there is one game which I will forever hold it against you for never beating, and that would be Bayonetta, because you never got good.
Well, I got like halfway through the game.
No, you didn't, Tom. You got to Chapter 5. I remember it distinctly and being very disappointed with you because you gave up at the point where there was it's the one major difficulty spike in the game.
What do you expect me to do? Sit there getting good? Did you not hear my previous statements?
Yes, because Tom, it's one of the best games ever, therefore. But no, in all seriousness, it's fine.
Oh, better be. Just feed the monkeys so we can go. Are their buttholes lovingly rendered as well?
Of course their buttholes are lovingly rendered.
Ugh.
I mean, eventually we will see potentially a little, because obviously we're in Japan, and obviously, well, I think we might have already seen it actually, to be fair.
Yeah.
But there are kids in traditional Japanese clothing. You can see where I'm going with this, yes?
Let's just move on. I'm feeling kind of awkward
Yes,
right
let's
now.
move on.
At least we can jump in the water now without being cursed. That's the worst part of jumping in cursed water. The being cursed part.
Exactly.
I can't just enjoy the aesthetic, you know?
I mean, to be fair, it's still not ideal because eventually you will drown. Well, obviously you just land back on land after that happens, but it's not fun because you just want to get through everywhere just okay.
Interesting how all the clovers we find are 4-leaf clovers.
Well, because that's Clover Studios' logo, so they're all 4-leaf clovers.
I know, but it's taking me out of the experience.
Now, for blooming all of the trees in Hana Valley, that chest will appear, which is very useful to us. I can't remember what's actually in it. I think it might be a stray bead, actually.
Well, let's go collect it and see.
This is actually going to work out quite well for me, because also I kind of wanted it to turn to night, so that I could see all of the hidden goodies around the area.
Oh, and, this place looks gorgeous at sunset.
Indeed it does. I mean, to be fair, just the entire game looks gorgeous no matter what time of day it is, so I'm just always happy. And also, I'm just going to constantly bash Army's head into things because I want to fill up that astral pouch.
You attained Sun Fragment.
So, a sun fragment is basically the equivalent of a heart piece. If you collect 3 of them, it will extend your solar energy, which is your health.
Okay.
Because obviously we are the goddess of the sun.
Yep, I got that.
And therefore we are powered by the sun. So we have solar energy.
So why don't we become instantly useless when night falls then?
Well, because the sun is still technically there, it's just on the other side of the planet.
What a fucking dumb I think that might be my top 10 dumb statements of all time, really. Oh, why don't they just go to the sun when it's night? It won't be hot then. Oh, Tom, you lovable goon.
There's a lovely another clover, and you see how much praise we've racked up already. It's the joy of blooming everything in sight.
It's blooming great. Oh, that is a pretty smooth transition to night there.
Thank God that happened when it did, because now we can go all the way back through the area to make sure we've got all the hidden items.
Amy, take the wheel!
Yeah, this is the one thing that frustrates me of not being able to control day and night at present, is that I am completely at the whim of the day-night cycle. But thankfully I think that was all that we had left in the area to pick up, I believe.
Well, there's 1 minute left on the clock, though. It damn well better be.
Yeah, I think it was very much just like, let's just decide, make sure everything's okay, and then we'll be good to go.
I just noticed on the constellations thing, you had a rat, a dragon, and a monkey. So is that following the zodiac as well?
Maybe.
Well, I've already seen my symbol, so I'm waiting to see yours now.
We will see, because the rooster might not necessarily turn up how you think it will.
Okay.
Okay, there was another chest, and it was a stray bead, so it's a damn good job I came back for it.
Oh, a special reward. I'm waiting to see what that is, but that's all we have time for today in terms of Okami. Come back next upload day for a couple more spanking new parts. See you then.